was having an argument after posting my video, my previous one in the Alternate Film Council. Peanut Butter and Jelly was arguing with me in the comments, which we'll get to, but as a part of his argument, he posted a compilation of clips of my TikToks as a means of trying to discredit me in the eyes of that forum. We're gonna watch it. It's really, really poorly edited. It gives the impression of something that was edited while the person was crying. Let's have a look. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I could fix up his edit. I just posted it on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube last night, and I didn't fix his edit intentionally, and I might not fix it here now as well, just to show, you know what I mean, expertly produced. Oh yeah, as if they give a shit what you have to say or whatever. They did in 2022. They were posting comments on my videos in 2022. They were responding to my comments on their Okay, so the Versatile Are Afraid of Me video. You can watch a 15-minute video on my other channel where I talk about my full history with Versatile. It's just interesting that he's pulling this as like an example of why I'm a bad person, going after Versatile, right? The blackface racial slur champions of Irish hip hop. He's using that as like evidence. This guy is mean. He went after Versatile, who are very popular and successful and famous and probably well off. You know what I mean? The poor old Versatile. We need to protect them from SPA crumpet.
Nothing makes me scroll on as fast as when there is a white woman in a middle class looking household and at the bottom of
he cut out the rest of that. The important context, which was, and at the bottom it says commission paid or ad. It's going to be bullshit. If you see that on your For You page on TikTok, middle class white person, woman who is in a nice house with a posh accent, and whatever they're saying at the bottom it says commission paid or ad, it's going to be ass. It is going to be ass. That's just true. That's just a fact.
Another like insufferable Irish comedy snap, but the TikTok, very interesting. Essentially what it was him doing a forum.
Okay, if you would like, you can check out these entire TikToks on TikTok. I'm not sure if all of them are on Instagram. I'm kind of patchy about whether or not I remember to post them there, but this particular video, I was talking about how Simon Hennessy did a TikTok where he was saying, he was making fun of, he's like comedy festivals these days, and he was saying his joke was everyone there is trans or autistic or gay or non-binary, and that was, he does it with funny voices and wacky facial expressions, but that was the point of the joke. I commented on it. This is a bit of a politically loaded 1G, but you know, now he does impressions of French people in all of his TikToks, so I guess time proved me correct.
For talking about them. I got blocked from a particular forum for talking about them, and I think that's quite funny because I still have some double agents.
That's all true. That's all just facts. They blocked me from the forum, and I think it's funny because loads of people in that forum are sending me fucking messages about what's going on in the forum. That's just facts. What's the point of, like, I said it to him in the comments, I said, you're broadcasting my W's.
Hardy Books cast members that you dislike? Well, let me know which ones and for what reason, because I am on a streak. I am 2 for 2 now of directly pissing off side character actors from the TV series Hardy Books, and I'm loving it. I'd like to make it a hat trick.
Viper's Bodyguard, August, Cowboy, so, you know, extras, borderline extras on Hardy Books. I've said some shit about how Cowboy was like super anti-immigrant. Apparently he got on stage at a 3 Books Left event and started talking about Get Them Out, and people in the audience were quite uncomfortable with that. And like, you can watch again on the Sinister Media channel in the video about that Hardy Books app. He was running around Tokyo in a Viper t-shirt and sunglasses at night, taking 1 million photos and posting them on Reddit over the course of 3 weeks. Bunch of videos with like cringe music under the bottom, you know what I mean? Like, so I was making fun of that guy in a video on Sinister Media, and in the first half of that I discuss my disdain for the TV series Hardy Books because it is 2 English people. Eddie Durkin is from Leeds. Eddie Durkin is from Liverpool, sorry, and the Viper is from Leeds, right? They're the 2 creative heads of that program, and essentially what it is fucking blackface for Irish people. I'm sorry, that's what it feels like. It's two people who aren't from Ireland, who are from the country that have most historically oppressed the Irish people, trying to make a mockery of Ireland, and fucking we're all alcoholics, and you know what I mean. Like it's not a program that I like. I liked it when I was 14, and then when you try and watch clips of it now, it's quite cringe. The only one from the entire show, the only two, would be Owen Coughlin and Viper, who went on to do anything of value afterwards. Like Eddie Durkin is also on the get them out kick, you know what I mean. So like, just I'm sorry that I'm sorry that Hardy Books isn't any good.
Develop a certain amount of disdain for the actor Pedro Pascal, right? And it's not his fault. I don't think it has to do with his acting. I think his acting is alright. Saw him in Game of Thrones and Wonder Woman. Both times he was fine, had no issues, right? His politics are great, actually.
Ooh, that was an interesting inclusion. I feel like he's like trying to like show people this guy's a leftist, this guy's a lefty, he has leftist views, therefore we don't need to take him seriously. That's genuinely what this comes across as. That's probably not his intention. Well, we can continue watching the video and find out. But God, as well, I saw Narcos. He was in Narcos and he was great in Narcos, but there's so many people in Narcos that I forgot he was in it, and I've watched that 3 times, the first 2 seasons of that. I don't know how I forgot Pedro Pascal was in that, so I should have brought that up. But the whole thing of Pedro Pascal being a creep is that that's a meme on Reddit pretty much now, is that you keep seeing videos of him with his female co-stars where he's rubbing their arms or holding their hand or has his arm around their waist, or he's like cuddling up to their shoulder or whatever, and it's like he has bad anxiety and physical touch calms him down. It's just only sexy ladies that he ever does it with, you know what I mean? So that's I feel like inoffensive. I feel like that's quite humorous, you know what I mean? That's a funny take on a rather beloved actor, but you know, some people don't have a pair of balls and cannot take a joke.
Group for Hardy Books, and it's equally as cringe as you might imagine, but there's one guy in particular I want to make fun of here today, right? He's running around Tokyo for the last... I really think...
As I said, there's a full video about this. That guy, after I made this TikTok, which has 95 likes, by the way. This isn't something that made an impact on the internet. People freak out about videos that no one saw. You know what I mean? You're the only person who took that video seriously. I didn't even take that video seriously. But he went on a mad one. He posted on Reddit about me, and then he went to my saying, like, there's some Klim pipe posting about me. And then he went on my Instagram, posted a big long angry comment. Well, you didn't expect me to show up here. Your follower count is fake. It's like no one cares about your videos. It's like, oh my god, bro. All I said was that you're cringe. You should have had some amount of self-awareness to know this is cringe in the year of our Lord 2025, to be running around Tokyo making your girlfriend take pictures of you in a Viper costume.
I think Tom York needs to shut his fucking mouth, right? I think this type of fence sitting middle of the road take is just like, need to
yeah, sorry, I'm laughing at the next clip, not the Tom York clip. Tom York came out with a middle of the road pro-Israel stance about how we need to be careful about not making white liberal American Jewish people feel like there is anti-Semitism when we say from the river to the sea, or when we talk about Palestinian liberation or the atrocities of the IDF. This guy, much like ContraPoints, is taking the sitting on the fence centrist take of, why can't we all have a more civil discussion about this? Why can't the people committing a genocide and the people who are having the genocide happen to them, why can't the supporters of that just have a civil conversation? You know what I mean? Babies are being starved to death and refused medical aid as a result of Israel's actions. But why can't we just be nicer to each other when we discuss this thing? Like, shut the fuck up. Tom York is a sap. I'm standing by everything in this video. I fucking stand by.
Fucking do something about J.K. Rowling, man. That bitch is getting too, like, out. We need to fucking do something about J.K. Rowling, man. That bitch is getting too...
Oh, this next clip is funny as well. Fucking yeah, we do need to do something about that bitch, man. That video gets more and more relevant. See, it's like some people just need to get off Twitter. That's what I feel like. I feel like some motherfuckers just tweet too much, and that's the end of their career. That's what I feel like J.K. Rowling is. You know what I mean? I don't need to get into that, but that's just another example of this guy's a leftist, so therefore he's trying to cancel culture us, and cancel culture is scary. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. I don't understand. Is that his appeal to people who disagree with me on a political level. Therefore, everything I have to say is invalid. When I'm coming to you giving the accounts of other people given to me about being sexually harassed, you don't take that seriously due to the fact that I have leftist politics. That's pretty fucked up. His takes on immigration were bad, and I think it's because he's a culty. I think it's because he's a muck savage and he's never met any foreign people in his thing. Was that the whole video? I think the video went on long. It might not have, but that, even if he cut that there, that was a great cut. If I cut that there, that was a great cut, because that's the whole Garen Noon thing. He's in Bogtown and he's never met a black dude. He's never met an Indian woman. It's like, just terrified. He said crime rates are rising because of immigration, and he stood by that, and he acted like a victim and a bully. I made an hour-long video about Garen Noon. One, split it into 3. There's one about what he said wrong, there's one about the TikTokers defending him, and there's one about his apology, in which I tried to lay it all out. And it's like, why does this matter? I guess he's trying to maybe bitch about culty racism, which, like, grow up, dog. Dave Grohl is a sap. Dave Grohl is the Ringo Starr of Kurt Cobain was. That's a great quote. So Dave Grohl is the Ringo Starr of Nirvana. He keeps playing the part where I say Kurt Cobain is. Kurt Cobain was. Do it again. Kurt Cobain isn't a hella good editing there. Basically, what I went on to say was Kurt Cobain is John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison, and then the other 2 guys in Nirvana were Ringo. Like, that's a bar. Shut the fuck up. That is a bar. Dave Grohl cheated on his wife. Dave Grohl is a creepy, pervy man who likes having sex with women outside of his marriage. He made a song called My Hero about how much he idealizes himself. Idolize? I thought we were all in agreement when that came out, that he was a sub. Here we go. This is a good one as well.
Fully got into love-hate beyond the first season is because it's clearly a load of culties and posh boys pretending that they're from inner city Dublin. We have 3 books.
That's just true. That is just true. Okay, maybe he is making the culty racist point, but you can tell the accents on people being like, what's the stardy? I'd like to buy a bit of hardening and me bleeding allowance with like a bit of like, you clearly are from Leitrim, or else you are privately educated on the south side of Dublin. Very few of the actors in Love Hate seem to actually talk like that in real life. Like, that. This is a bar of a video. Let's let it ride.
Left is personally very amusing to me, right? Essentially what it is you have 3 glorified extras from Hardy Books who all decided to combine their Z-list celebrity fame in order to try and make a few shekels, right? And what they do is they go around places like Australia, Canada, and the UK that have a high amount of Irish immigrants in their late 30s who are home. Shut up.
This next one, all of these are great. He picked some great clips. They go around, the rest of the video was, they go around places like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, that have a high amount of Irish immigrants who are homesick, and wring a few shekels out of them via nostalgia bait. And I went on to bring up the story that very awkwardly a bunch of anti-immigrant shit came up at one of these gigs, which is true. That's a documented thing that was documented before I brought it up. So they are saps, they are glorified extras, they are Z-list. They're not like Owen Coughlin, who every time I see Owen Coughlin doing something, you can tell he's being funny is at the forefront of his mind. Making a funny video is in his head, right? And more often than not, he's fucking hilarious. I actually chuckle and laugh out loud when I hear Owen Coughlin speak. So, like, I respect him as a comedian. The Viper, Chris Tordoff from Leeds, he does all his streams, and there's like a whole universe of characters in there and in jokes and like all this shit. It's just, these 2 are very creative guys. And then Eddie Durkin and 3 Books Left, they just do podcasts. They just sit down and waffle into a microphone and try and get sponsorships, try and get money. You know what I mean? If you're trying to get money, at least live up to the fact that people think the program you're in was good.
Or 2 Johnnies. The 2 Johnnies, they're bleeding. Daz should have wore 2 Johnnies. So,
bro, fucking, he shared the less popular version of that, and the less popular version of that was way less fucking venomous than the new one. The new one, I said, they're insufferable cocksuckers, I think is the word I used about them, and they've been unfunny this entire time. That one was the dad joke. That was the punny version, and he took offense to that one. You know what I mean? That's one of those ones where, you know, on your For You page, people are like, that video didn't get enough likes, post it again. And if it doesn't get enough likes, post it again. People say that on TikTok, and that's true. Some of my most viewed TikToks have been me rephrasing something I've said before, which I guess, like, their dads should have wore two Johnnies, and the exaggerated laugh. Like, you surely you can't look at that and take that in any way seriously. Wearing a Christmas jumper with Batman on it. This is from 2024. Speaking of going back in time,
Cillian Murphy used to live in London, but he moved back to Ireland because his kids were developing English accents, and he did not like that, right? But the fella decided to move to fucking Southside posho rich town, so now the kids are going to grow up with the most fucking D4 sounding accents ever.
he cut off the punchline of the video, which is often what he does with these, is cut out the punchline. But you don't really need them in a lot of the case. The character shines through mostly. But the punchline of that was that he should have moved them to Poppentry. And then they'd be like, what's the story, bro? I'm bleeding. Killian Jr. They call me CJ. My outfit was an Oppenheimer, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That was the joke. But, you know, again, went over his head, or else being... explicitly being picked as a means of trying to make me look bad. But honestly, watching this, it's quite funny. It's a great compilation of funny memes.
It's been a while since I hopped on here, started a bit of beef, right? But the angry rant I'm coming at you today with is, I don't like your man Martin that plays Eddie Durkin from Hardy Book.
Eddie Durkin is a sap. Eddie Durkin, I think, also was on the anti-immigrant kick. I genuinely think he was on that, which is very funny because he is from Liverpool. So, like, that's the end of it. Bro hopped on with an opinion saying that this Scouser who's made a career making fun of Irish culture is a sap. I don't even remember the context of that video, but, like, we're recording for fucking 19 minutes now reacting to this absolute bullshit. So maybe, like, I think you get the point.